Good evening, everyone. Just sat down, so give me a sec to finish my setup here. But I just wanted to hang out with you guys tonight. Tonight we're doing something completely different. Give me one sec to open the chat so that I can see the YouTube side of stuff. And I'm actually thinking I'm just gonna leave this stream as an archive. I won't even do like a separate video since this is Chill with Phil and it's a dedicated Chill with Phil tonight. Um, that tonight I'll just hang out with you guys and we'll have a good time together, enjoying each other's company. And it could just be an archive stream rather than me even doing like a separate recorded video or anything like that. I don't even see the reason why to do that. And we'll talk in just a moment about why we're doing this tonight. I want to make it clear what's going on. Tonight, I think we have a lot of interesting topics to talk about, notably what the next game playthrough should be, because we now have a couple questions popping up here in regards to what should be next. Should we return to something? Should we start something new? Should we do something that we got a taste of, but we want to try out further? So that's something to discuss tonight for sure. And tonight, since we have a while to just hang out and talk, I think we should not start, but continue the discussion about what to do at the end of this month on Black Friday. Should it be a marathon? Should it be just 2 normal streams? So there you have it. So everyone, welcome to Chill with Phil. It is Tuesday night, the 4th of November, 2025. As you all know, if you're here live, I know people will be watching this, on demand after the fact as well. And I hope that you're all in a good mood. I see people are just starting to join because normally, this would have been like a little build up before I start with the gameplay around, 7:30-ish. Right now it's only 7:13. And so you might say, well, what's going on, Phil? What is going on tonight? Why are we doing Chill with Phil instead of playing Ninja Gaiden 4 tonight? Okay. Well, let me fully explain. We played Ninja Gaiden 4 as a filler game. We really did. It wasn't ever really intended to be a full dedicated playthrough. It's on Game Pass. I said I wanted to give it a spin. I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. And I didn't know it was going to work in the schedule with all the other stuff that we had been doing. But I said, let's give it a shot. We'll have it as night streams, as filler streams, and go from there. First stream went really well. Second stream was kind of, was all right. I improved. Remember the first stream, there was rage. There was rage because I screwed up at the challenge room. That was my fault. But the second stream, when I got on base here and I got better at the game, people actually were enjoying and were supporting, and everyone was having a good time. Third stream also went pretty good, where I earned the spear. We were doing a whole stream of that. But that last stream, basically, here's what happened when I played Ninja Gaiden 4 last time. Got to a major boss, beat the major boss, got a new weapon, which is the bow staff and hammer transformation. And I started to realize a couple of things. Number one, the game is very formulaic and very similar to Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which we had already played earlier in the year. It seems like every time you beat a major boss, you're going to get a new weapon. But these are exactly the same weapons from Ninja Gaiden 2. Did you remember that? They're the same exact weapons. They're not even different. It's just now, years later, I think this is supposed to be like a nostalgic throwback to those who liked the original Ninja Gaiden series, because this has been on hiatus for over a decade. And number two, guess what? It's boring. The game now, we're at a point where it's like insanely repetitive combat. I mean, yes, there's new enemies and stuff, but it's the same formula. Run around, do your combo, do your armor breaker because some of the enemies have super armor, dodge a bit, enable your ultimate ability so that you can just do executions all over. And that's it. That's the whole game. We were like 8+ hours into it. That's literally the whole game. And the thing is, we just did that. We just did that earlier in the year with Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. So now, I actually kind of feel like, sadly, I made a mistake earlier this year playing Ninja Gaiden 2 Black the way that I did. I actually legit think that was a mishandling of the situation. Knowing that Ninja Gaiden 4 was going to be coming out later in the year, maybe I shouldn't have played it. Because then I think this game would have felt like something fresh and something interesting. But the fact that I did a full playthrough of Ninja Gaiden 2 Black earlier in the year, and here we are, playing this game later in the year, 6 months later, it feels like the same game almost. I'm kind of bored. I was legit bored. You were legit bored. And I said to everyone, well, I don't want to be like a defeatist. I don't want to be negative about it and be like, just because there was one night that didn't seem like it was that much fun, that we're going to just end the playthrough. But to be honest, I started thinking about it and I was like, why? Why isn't it the end? If I'm bored, if you guys were bored, right? If the support wasn't there, why am I still playing it? I'm in a position now where my time is valuable and people keep asking me every day, will I play this? Will I play this? Right now, I got people saying, will you go back to Super Mario Galaxy 2 because you haven't played it in 2 weeks? Will you start playing Outer Worlds 2 because it just came out and you skipped it? You didn't play it yet. Are you going to play any of those Halloween horror games that you have now that people want to see? For example, My Side, Poppy Playtime. What was the other one? What was the other one that was working well? Oh, No, I'm Not a Human, which now we kind of know the gameplay loop and how to play it properly. So we already have multiple other games lined up, ready to go. Oh, and by the way, in a little over a week, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is out. So with all this going on, oh, and by the way, I didn't even think about this. There's that new game, Zelda, the what's it called? Hyrule something. It's the one that plays like Hyrule Warriors. It's like Dynasty Warriors with Zelda together. That's also a possibility of something to play. I don't know if you guys want that. We hadn't really discussed it because we had so many games in the rotation that it didn't really know if, that was going to have an opportunity to be played. But the way I see it, why am I playing the game if we've already played it 3-4 streams and it really hasn't clicked yet? And I'll be honest, the further in I'm getting, it's feeling more repetitive. Then why am I saying let's play it again? I'm not, you know what it is? I'm going to be honest. I'm still sometimes stuck in my old mindset of, I don't have a lot of money. So when I buy a game, I'm invested in playing the entirety of the game. Even if you don't like it and I don't like it, we got to keep going. We committed and we have to play the whole game and stuff like that. No, not at all. Like literally, no, not at all. I don't have to do that. I have freedom to do whatever I want. We can play whatever we want. We could just hang out if we want. We could do a Lego night where I build a Lego thing like this cool Game Boy behind me. We could do whatever. And it works, and people show up, engage, support, and have a great time. I don't have to commit to playing a game that I'm finding boring. Ninja Gaiden 4, I'll be honest, it's a beautiful game. It is. It looks beautiful, okay? It's nice, and it plays well. But already, 3 chapters in, what are we at now? I think we're starting chapter 9, because I say 3 chapters, but each, leg of the story is around 3 chapters long. So I'm kind of bored. I really am. And I was actually thinking about it between streams. I was like, man, tonight I got to go back and play Ninja Gaiden. Oh, it might work, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it. And if I'm not feeling it, then why am I going to play it? Because I feel like I'm going to have to force myself to like it or pretend like I like it. I don't want to do that. I'd much rather just do whatever outside of, having to be stuck playing something that I'm not really feeling. So I think that's why we're dropping it tonight. Okay. I'm just being honest with you. And considering the fact that the last stream did so horribly, I don't really think that we're in a bad position there. I think that tonight we will talk about what's next. And I think that we're going to end up picking something that people want better anyway. Okay? All right. So thank you for understanding. Thanks for being here. I see more and more people are joining. Tonight is just Chill with Phil, where we are going to hang out, have a good time, talk, see what comes up as topics of discussion. It's going to be some Q&A, but I have some topics I want to talk about, notably what should the next game in the rotation be, since now we're going to have openings. And really, I really want to talk about and lock in what we're going to do on Black Friday. Because right now, I feel like if we don't lock it in, how do you get excited for it? You really can't. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about that tonight. Okay? Cool. All right, so we have some shout-outs to do already, which is crazy. We start off with K-Styles 1998, 53 months as a member. Re-upping the membership here tonight at the Ultra level. Thank you so much, K-Styles, for that. I don't know if it was automatic or not, but he did his pop-up. Thank you so much, K-Styles. Dude, so many years supporting the channel. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for that. Okay. So we have all these shout-outs to do. I got a $5.51 tip to start things off tonight This person actually tipped between the streams and said, great stream as always. So this must have been someone who was watching and was getting caught up with the Pokemon stream from earlier and really enjoyed it and wanted to contribute. So thank you. $5.51 from an anonymous tipper there. That is awesome of you. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. Here it is. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. My laptop is giving me a lot of problems. Like I said, I really do feel like eventually I'm going to either have to get somehow get a mouse to work with this, but I don't know where I'm going to have a mouse here to use out with it. I don't have room. Or I might eventually have to get a new laptop. I just need a basic one, but this thing, like, the touchpad barely works, man. It's actually starting to drive me nuts. So I got a $2 anonymous tip. Gonna chill and grind out some Vampire Survivors tonight. Did you ever see the game? I think you would like it for a chill indie night. It's only like $5. How did Pokemon go today? I know of it. I haven't played it, but I know of it. I'm aware of it. And I know of the kind of game it is, but there never really seemed to be much demand among my audience for it. And I think that's because it came out at a time before I was really a PC-centric gamer, right? It was like a couple years ago. That was before I had my gaming PC and I had the capability of playing these games at launch. Vampire Survivors was ported to consoles after. And once it's getting ported to consoles later, the hype kind of dies out, so no one really asked for it. As for Pokemon, it went well. Pokemon today, major progress in the game. Major story developments, basically got a whole new leg of the story done, getting a new ranking, fought 3 more Mega Evolved Pokemon, and lining myself up for the next story development when we play it again in a couple of days, or a few days, because we're playing it again on Friday. That's right. And it went really well, and the support, we hit the goal, everything was good. Okay. All right, so here's what we'll do. Let's open up, before we get to all our topics of what's the next game and what are we going to do Black Friday, I'm just curious what's on everyone's mind tonight, because we haven't done this for a while. A formal chill with Phil, we haven't done for a while. We've actually had a few mini chill with Phils where we play a game, we finish it early, and then we just hang out. But we haven't had like a formally planned chill with Phil in a bit. So tonight we have like 2+ hours to just hang out, see what everyone wants to talk about, what's on everyone's mind. And I'd like to open up to Q&A now and just see what you guys want to chat about before we begin with any serious topics or anything like that. All right? So let's go. What do you guys want to talk about tonight? What's up, Pollution? How are you? You anyone else having trouble searching for DSP Gaming on YouTube? Why would you search for DSP Gaming on YouTube? It's literally youtube.com/DSP Gaming. Like, I have one of the oldest running gaming channels. I have a dedicated page for me. It's not an address. I actually am just DSP Gaming on YouTube. That's all you have to go to. You're at my channel already. But yeah, YouTube doesn't work. YouTube search engine is garbage, awful garbage, and you really shouldn't be using it. It doesn't work at all, particularly for a channel as old as mine. You need to be like so ultra specific to even find anything. It's ridiculous. Well, let's see. Feesbot says, when will moral support messages return to Kick? Well, let's see. Let's take a look at this. I added moral support messages about a week ago because someone kept pelting me in chat with requests for it 2 straight days. I said, all right, I'll do you guys a solid. And when I did that, immediately, for 2 straight nights, support completely dried up and no one was supporting my content on Kick at all. Literally at all. Like, there were no kicks, no subs, nothing. Okay? Then I said, well, Halloween Marathon, maybe if you guys actually support me today, I'll bring back those messages. Guess what? Guess what didn't happen during the Halloween Marathon? We got support from the YouTube side. We got a bunch of tips. Almost nothing from Kick whatsoever. So when you guys actually reciprocate with the content that I give you, and you say, hey, you're giving free content every night, we're here enjoying it, okay, we'll support it, maybe I'll give you something extra. But that's how the relationship works, is that you support the content you like, and then I'll give you extra things on top of it, okay? Fat Bernard did 100 kicks tonight. Thank you to Fat Bernard. I don't know why people tend to ask me the same kind of questions a million times in 1 week. Because, like, for example, a few days ago, someone asked me, what's your favorite kind of pie? Now, I was like, wow, I don't think anyone asked me that in a long time. I said, well, my favorite kind of pie is fruit. Like, I like apple pie a lot. That's like kind of tart with some cinnamon flavor. I actually like cherry pie a ton, probably like blueberry pie. That's my favorite kind. Like, I know people have other pie like they like pumpkin pie. I don't love pumpkin pie. Or the ones that are weird hybrids, like a strawberry rhubarb. I just like the nice fruit pie. More notably, either apple or cherry are probably my 2 favorites. Okay. Now someone in chat again, well, what's your favorite pie? I just answered that. I don't know why people tend to do that. Like, they keep re-asking the same question over and over. Am I gonna get HBO Max to watch Superman and Peacemaker season 2? No. I had it and I canceled it. I had HBO Max and I wasn't interested in anything on it for a long time, so I just actually canceled it like last month, and I'm not getting it back until there's something on there I want. So, no, I'm never going back to Rat Shaker. Are you kidding me? Out of all those games that we played during that Indies week in the middle of October, Rat Shaker was by far the worst. Everyone told me to stop playing it immediately. I'm never going back to it. Seriously. The It prequel is out. I don't care. I don't like prequels. I don't give a shit. I really don't like prequels at all. You guys know that. I've been saying that for ever since I started on YouTube, that prequels don't interest me because you already know what happens after. So why do you care what happened before? If you already know the outcome, then there's no stakes to the story. So fuck prequels. They're just a complete waste of everybody's time. That would be like right now, we're about to have the final season of Stranger Things in like a week or two, right? But instead of it being the end of the story, they decide we're going to do a prequel season instead, find out what happened before. But we've been watching Stranger Things for like 8 fucking years. I want to answer the end of the story. You're going to make me wait to watch a fucking prequel now? I don't care about that shit. It's the same thing with It Welcome to Derry. Dude, we already know everything that happened. We saw the movies. Why do we need the prequel? We want to know what happens after. I don't, life doesn't go reverse order. Time moves forward. Get it? What was better in my opinion, Diablo 1 or 2? 2 had some good improvements on 1. I can't specifically remember off the top of my head because I haven't played it in like 25, 30 years, but I remember getting really hooked on Diablo 2 and playing it a crap load when it was out on PC. Jade, I have seen some stuff on the new Resident Evil. I'm excited for it. You know, I love the Resident Evil series. I love the new games and the old games, and I'm going to play the heck out of it. It's going to be a great playthrough, especially because I'll be playing it on PC day one. It's going to look gorgeous. I can't wait. What is my favorite Thanksgiving side? Oh, man. Oh, man, that's a tough question. And there's a lot of stuff I like. I like homemade mashed potatoes. I don't like instant mashed potatoes, but I love fresh homemade mashed potatoes that has like clumps and skins and stuff in it. So I would like either like regular mashed potatoes or the sweet potatoes are also pretty good. Um, I love stuffing in general. If it's whether it's homemade, even if it's store-bought, like freaking stovetop stuffing I like. I just like the flavor of stuffing and the consistency. I love cranberry sauce. I don't know, think I have a favorite at all. I think the good thing about Thanksgiving is you don't have to choose. It's not like, well, it's Thanksgiving, so you get turkey on one side. No, it's like you get everything you want, and you just go to town in American Thanksgiving, and that's probably the best part about the holiday, or at least the meal of the holiday, is that there's plenty, right? Would I consider renting Superman? I'll watch it eventually, I'm sure, when I get around to it. I literally had it on HBO Max for like 2, 3 months. I didn't care. I just didn't want to watch it. I don't know. I don't know. I was interested about it when it was new, but it came out and I didn't hear a lot of positive buzz. Everyone was kind of like, it's all right. Yeah. Like, wow, I thought it would be more popular than that. So it kind of deflated me from wanting to see it. If anything, you know what it is? And I've said this before, we have too much to consume now. Like during the summertime, when I was the 80s, the 90s, even the 2000s, right? It would be like, there's 2 or 3 giant summer blockbusters. They're the movies everyone talks about all summer. It's exciting as hell, and you'll be talking about those movies for the rest of the year. Do you think of a single movie that comes out now that we're talking about for the rest of the year at all? It's always like, what's the hit of the week? And then within another week, there's another movie everyone's talking about and another movie. It's the same thing with games too. Back in the day, even when I started on YouTube 10, 15 years ago, right? You'd have, within a few months, 3 giant games. Everyone's playing them. Everyone's talking about them. Now it's like, oh, that AAA game came out, but within 2 days, everyone already moved on to this one over here, but then there's this one over here. I think that maybe the one exception is Call of Duty, where everyone clears the way for Call of Duty to come out. But outside of that, I think we have too much to consume now. Like, we actually have oversaturation of pop culture to the point where it's hard, where one thing really holds our attention long enough that you care about it more than a few days. So Superman, maybe if it came out in the 1980s, 90s, or 2000s, would have been the ginormous blockbuster everyone loved and talked about for ages, but instead we all consumed it for a second and then dropped it like a hot rock and moved on, and we don't even remember that it came out anymore. So I didn't even really give a shit about it. Like, seriously, Euphoric Joker says, yeah, but it was the biggest superhero film of the year, outgrossing 3 Marvel movies. Yes, but you just said it. 3 Marvel movies. The Marvel movies are not big anymore. People are tired of superhero movies. It's superhero fatigue. Not a big accomplishment to brag about that, you know? There you go. Dungeon Keeper's Mistress says, I think Avengers was the last big movie talked about. I have to agree with you. I would argue that every Marvel movie / superhero movie that's come out after Avengers Endgame wasn't a big deal. Even, I would say maybe the one exception, Spider-Man No Way Home. Okay? Maybe. But outside of that, I don't think there's been a big one at all that anyone really cared about. At least enough to keep it in like your memory and talk about it at the top. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like anything had that kind of pull or attention on it. And it's the same thing with gaming, honestly, where again, what big game this year had everyone's attention for an extended period of time? I would say Expedition 33 had it for a little bit, Clair Obscura, that is. Probably you could say Silk Song. If you're into Metroidvanias, Silk Song, okay? We probably will be hearing a hell of a lot about Black Ops 7 in a week or two when it comes out. But what other games have had that really long, resonating appeal? You've had little games that get a little talk here, a little talk here, a little talk here, but then they kind of go, and they disappear. It didn't used to be like that. There used to be these big, long-lasting games where everyone felt like we were all playing together, and it was just a big experience, gaming community coming together, and it's not like that anymore. It really isn't. It's just disconnected. See, Jade says, well, what about Marvel Rivals? I would argue Marvel Rivals at the beginning of this year had that hype behind it, but even now, I mean, nearing the end of this first year of Marvel Rivals being out, it still has a very large and healthy player base, but it's not in the mouths of mainstream gamers all the time anymore. You know what I mean? Like, for example, it was hot for a while, but now what is everyone talking about right now? Of all things, Fortnite. Why? Because Fortnite had an update that is the entire city of Springfield from The Simpsons show. So now everyone's playing it, everyone's making content of it, and that'll last for about a week, and then we'll all be on to the next thing, and then no one will even remember that was in Fortnite. That's how it is now in pop culture. We're always on to the next thing right away. When's the last time I actually went to a movie theater? A million years ago. I couldn't even tell you. Probably that first year when Kat was here. So there you go. It was pre-COVID. I haven't been to a movie theater since COVID, nor do I have a desire to go to a movie theater. No, I'm not gonna be playing Fortnite again. I understand that there's times that people like it and it's culturally relevant, but I'm not gonna be playing it again. I think we'll start talking about what to do now, because now let's talk about the schedule, because the schedule right now is going to change. Because 2 games are ending. We got Ninja Gaiden 4 tonight that I made the decision to not play anymore, but also tomorrow we're finishing Silk Song after an over 60-hour-long playthrough. We're wrapping up Silk Song tomorrow, all right? So we got to figure out what's next, and we have options. We have some interesting options to discuss, all right? But before that, let's get some support. Let's get some subs. Let's get some super chats. Let's get some memberships. Let's get some kicks, and let's get some tips for the stream tonight. Right now, we're at like a measly $10, if that. So let's go. Let's get our first support of the night, and then let's figure out what's next. I want your feedback on what you want next so that I know that I'm doing something that has demand. It seems like I was playing Ninja Gaiden 4 for myself for a bit there, and then people were like, why is he still playing it? All right? Sneed, you're literally the only person who wanted Ninja Gaiden 4. I'm serious, too. Like, earlier today, I was talking about it. Tonight we'll be playing Ninja Gaiden 4, and people were like, what? Like, why are you playing that? I thought we were done with that. You haven't played it in a week. And I was like, oh, really? Like, that's the reaction? And that seemed to be the general reaction to it, that no one really cares about it. We need a new JRPG. Well, Fat Bernard, number one, we have to go back to Suikoden 2 at some point. I was thinking next year. I was thinking, let's let some gaming calm down, and then we'll bring back Suikoden 2, maybe in like January, February. We'll bring it in as the JRPG to wrap up, because we're more than halfway done with it, but we still got a ways to go. So we're going to finish that, then determine what's next, because there's been a lot of options. There's been Final Fantasy Tactics, the remake. There's been the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake. There's all these different classics that came back, but they all came back within a short period of time, and it's hard to figure out what to play. Okay. So here's the deal. Ninja Gaiden 4, gone. We're done with it. And that's fine because tonight was the only night I was going to play it this week anyway. Okay, so toss that out the window. Forget that game. It's gotten too repetitive and boring, and none of us really care about it anymore. Tomorrow we are finishing the playthrough of Silk Song. Okay, so this means rest of the week. Tomorrow will be Silk Song's conclusion and some Tormented Souls 2 at night. Thursday, we're going back to Mortal Kombat, which I'm excited for. We're actually going to try Mortal Kombat's Mythologies Sub-Zero, which is the spin-off game that it plays similar to Mortal Kombat, but it's a platformer and beat 'em up, which is confusing as shit. Why did they make a platformer beat 'em up out of Mortal Kombat? I don't know either, but everyone says it's one of the worst games ever made of that PS1 era, and I never played it or experienced it, so I want to give it a shot. We're going to hang out and check it out on Thursday, daytime stream, see if it goes well. Even if it sucks, at least it's one stream we got done and we can say we played it, right? And I at least know what it is. If it ends up being funny or entertaining, maybe I'll play more of it. But I just want to do one stream of it. And even if I'm suffering through the whole stream, I think it's still going to be entertaining, much like how I was suffering through the AI of playing the arcade ladders of the classic Mortal Kombat, okay? We're going to do more Tormented Souls 2 on Thursday night as well. And then Friday, the day stream will be more Pokemon. And Friday night, we're going to do more Mortal Kombat. But this time, we'll determine if you guys want to see me try some of the other leftover games. Like there's actually like the handheld versions of Mortal Kombat that I didn't try. There's also the WaveNet edition of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 that has tweaks and a new character. There's also Mortal Kombat Special Forces, which is like a shooter game they made out of Mortal Kombat. Or if you wanted me to, we could try the online play. But all reports are that the online play is atrociously bad, and no one is really playing it right now. Like, no exaggeration, this collection online only has like 100 players because the online connections are so fucking terrible. Everyone said, we're just not going to play it till they fix it. So there may be no one to play, okay? So that's going to be this week. I'm off on Saturday. What I would like to do on Sunday is start something new. Now, when I say something new, I mean something that hasn't been in the schedule yet. It could be returning to something that we started. Like, it could be the continuation of Super Mario Galaxy 2. I'd be okay with that. I was really enjoying that playthrough. You guys were showing up and engaging with that playthrough. It seemed like it was going well. We had to put it on hold for all of these new games. Okay? We could start something new entirely, like I could play Outer Worlds 2 and actually give it a shot and see if it's any good. I don't know if it is or not. There seem to be these big conflicting opinions on the internet. Some people seem to think Outer Worlds 2 is amazing, like groundbreakingly awesome. And some people are like, that game is boring ass, super repetitive. They did not improve much at all from the first game. It just sucks. So there's these big conflicting, opinions. I don't know. Maybe I want to try it for myself. It is a Game Pass game. So again, there's no real commitment. If I try it, if it doesn't work, it's fine. We don't have to play it again. But at least we could give it a shot and see if it's any good, right? But also, we do have those games that we just started, Poppy Playtime, My Side, and Left 4 Dead. We could try some Left 4 Dead, which I wanted to play, but we didn't have the settings right. The audio was off. Stupid voice chat was on. We could tweak it and try to play some Left 4 Dead campaigns, right? Or what was the other one? Because there was a fourth one as well that we really liked from the Halloween marathon. Give me a sec. I'm having like a brain fart. I can't remember which one it was. Hold on. Taking a second. Oh, No, I'm Not a Human. I don't know why this one keeps slipping my mind. No, I'm Not a Human is a game where basically it's like a puzzle game, but a horror game at the same time. And now that I understand how to play it, I can actually make a legit run at it and see how it goes. Now, Milo X1 says, well, didn't you like Clover Pit? Oh, I did like Clover Pit, but the audience hated it. Like, to be honest here, if you take a look at all the videos from the Halloween marathon, no lie, Clover Pit is dead last. I think the game, it may be fun to play, but not to watch, especially because, as I said, sadly, it seems like a game that you just don't have a lot of control over. Like, what happens is just randomized. It's a randomized, slot machine pull. So because of that, it doesn't feel like it's much of a game. I even think Balatro is way more of a game than Clover Pit is, just being honest. So, let's see here. I got a $2 tip. Can we check your analytics now? Yes, we can. Is it also Metal Gear Solid 3 is my favorite prequel ever because it elaborates so much on lore and story that was a mystery before. I guess in the case of Metal Gear Solid 3, I might give it a pass, and the reason I might give it a pass is because wasn't that the first one that was on PlayStation 2? Because I think Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 were on PS1, am I right? Or am I was no, Metal Gear Solid 2 might have been on PS2. Hmm. I don't know. I will agree with you there that Metal Gear Solid 3 is a great game. So as for my analytics, and by the way, I got some feedback here. Dan Legend says you should give Outer Worlds 2 a shot right now. You're not playing anything else instead of talking about maybe playing it almost a week from now. Oh, you mean now? Dude, you can't just one thing I've absolutely positively learned as a creator. If you want attention, if you want people to show up who want to see something, you have to advertise it first. You can't just say, "Oh, on the fly tonight, I'm just going to do this right now." No one will show up because no one knows you're doing it. People will be upset because they couldn't be there live, and you're not going to get any support because no one was there to support it because you didn't say you were doing it. You're a live streamer. You absolutely have to have plans set. You have to have things that are ahead of time so people know when to show up to support them. Okay? You're right. I can play Outer Worlds 2 right now tonight, and I'll get absolutely no attention on it whatsoever. Zero. With a thing like, oh, chill with Phil, this could easily be changed on the fly. It's a filler thing that I do from time to time, and I get a lot of feedback when I do it, so this is productive. I'm going to get a lot of productive stuff out of tonight. I know I am. That's how every other streamer does it. Dan Legend, can I ask you a question? Do I look like every other fucking streamer? Are you out of your mind? If I did the things that every other streamer did, I would have been out of business 15 fucking years ago. I literally do the opposite of every other streamer, and I'm still here 17 years later. I think you can give me the benefit of the doubt. Holy shit. What was I doing? Oh, analytics. So what particular analytics do you want me to tell you about? Now, I don't know because the person tipped me $2, but I don't think they said who they were. Because people said they were interested in my DSPGaming's analytics. Well, I don't know specifically what analytics you want. Okay. So I have the analytics ready. I just need to know what people are interested in, and I can tell you what it says. But I don't know what the analytics I was looking at here. Okay, but in the meantime, so what do you guys think I should play on Sunday? As I said, the schedule is set for the week, right? We're going to finish up Silk Song. We're going to have more Mortal Kombat, more Pokemon. We're going to have some Tormented Souls at night. Sunday is the day I want to start something new. What should I start? Should it be Mario returning? Should it be Outer Worlds 2 giving it an honest first shot? Or should we actually take on one of these games, these horror-themed games that we were playing in the last few weeks? What do you guys think? Pokemon says play Poppy's Playtime. Vietnamese Comrade wants the return of Mario. I know they're all good choices in my opinion. And the thing is, I don't think we could go wrong. But the thing is, I want to do something that's going to catch on and people are going to want. Now, I'm doing it just because I picked it. That's why I want feedback. Jade says Mario would be good. You could all stop with your Arc Raiders bullshit. Arc Raiders is a game for a certain kind of gamer. I'm not that kind of gamer, and you know it, so stop saying it. No, Layla, I want to do Hollow Knight eventually, but I definitely don't want to do Hollow Knight right away. Layla says, what about OG Hollow Knight? Number one, my thumb needs a rest. This callus on my thumb that grew right here while playing Silk Song, that thing needs to go away. So we got to give my finger a rest. I'm actually planning on the possibility of buying one or maybe even multiple new controllers, maybe around Black Friday when things are on sale. I've gotten some interesting feedback on different controllers that might work well for games that are more control intensive, like Hollow Knight Silk Song was. So I'll probably be doing that. And do I want to play original Hollow Knight? Yes, I am. I am interested in it. But I don't want to play it right away. That's called oversaturation. I just did a 60-hour playthrough of Silk Song. Going directly into the one from before it is not going to work. Give it some time. Maybe next year we'll have a time when there is big downtime and I know, hey, now I know what I'm getting into and I could play Hollow Knight from the start because I actually own it. I have it on Steam. I actually had it many years ago. I got it for a Halloween marathon. Let me find it here. Oh, wait. I don't have it on Steam. I had it on PlayStation, I think. I'll get it on Steam. I'm sure it's like $10, right? So anyway, but yeah, like I want to play it for sure now, but I definitely don't want to do it too early. I think like doing it too early, it's just going to kill the interest. You don't want to go right from a giant Mario game to a Mario game. You don't want to go from a JRPG to a JRPG. And you don't want to go from the best Metroidvania game ever to arguably the second best Metroidvania ever. You want to do it with space in between, right? Okay. So I received 500 kicks from Buckwell, who says he missed American Truck Sim. That's right. You were not here last night, right? Or you were here only for a little bit of it. Well, it was good. We had a good chill time. You could always get caught up on, after the fact if you would like. And thank you, Buckwell, because that is the biggest kicks of the night so far. That gets us up to $24 to support. And then we have a $5 super chat from John Michael, who says, can you shout out Mortal Kombat like in the commercials? I did the other day. It was, how did they do it? It's like, Mortal Kombat! Or something like that, right? They just like scream it in the middle of the street. Like, thank you for $5 there, John Michael. Check out Outside the Blocks, a chill diorama builder that came out today. Well, Colonel Zep, I would like to maybe do that eventually, but I think we should choose one of the options that are on the table rather than adding more options to the table. Like I said, I think the options right now would be Return to Super Mario Galaxy 2, start up and try Outer Worlds 2, or play one of these horror games that I played over the last couple of weeks in October. Let's try to limit our selections to that, because if we have unlimited selections, we're never going to choose anything. You know what I mean? Okay. Thank you to your future stepdad for a gifted sub. I appreciate that. That's our first of the night, is it not? Yes. Thank you, your future stepdad. That is awesome. What's up, King Michael? Good evening. How you doing? We're now up to 34 of support. Can we get up to 50? Can we get the stream to $50 of support? That'd be great. Can we get a tip or a super chat or maybe some more kicks or a sub or whatever it may be? Some memberships. We haven't had memberships in a bit. Let's go. Layla says, I heard Outer Worlds 2 is actually pretty funny. Maybe we try that. There you go. Orcs or Dorks, what's up? 53 months as a member. He says, sup, guys? Good to see you, Orcs or Dorks. Welcome to the late night Chill with Phil stream here tonight. Dabian says, I hope Black Ops 7's good. No one seemed to like the beta compared to Battlefield anyway. Yeah, but here's the funny part about this, Dab Hands. Did you hear the statistics? Everyone's, oh, Battlefield's so good. It's so good. More people have been playing Call of Duty in the last few weeks since Battlefield came out than Battlefield. I'm not kidding you. The old Call of Duty. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 has more of a fucking player base right now than Battlefield 6 does, and Battlefield 6 is brand new. So it doesn't matter what the hype in the media are saying or what the fucking social media people are posting. In reality, Battlefield is getting attention, but Call of Duty, it's going to crush this thing like a bug, I feel. Notably, I think because I played Battlefield 6 and it played well. I'm not going to lie. It was a little wonky with the physics, I would say, but the game played well. But honestly, the matches are too long. I think what's happened is when it comes to first-person shooters, people now are so used to such fast-paced action and so much time in between quick matches to like hang out, change loadouts, interact. When you're playing a match at Battlefield, right, and you're playing a 45-minute long match, it feels like an arduous task, and it's really hard to get into that all the time. In addition, Layla just said it, and this I completely agree with. The unlocks for Battlefield take way too long. Way too long. I played it for, 8 to 10 hours? I unlocked 2 guns. In 8 to 10 hours of Call of Duty, I'll unlock like a third of the arsenal at least. So I'll have things to play with and to mess with and to change it up so it's not the same thing over and over. I think they really messed up the pacing. They mismanaged it there. And I do think that that's a problem. So anyway, yeah, I'm not saying that Battlefield's a bad game by any means. I know it doesn't fit my content style because I tried it, it didn't work. But really, I'm telling you, when friggin' when Black Ops 7 comes out, it's just going to dominate again. And I just don't think that you can really beat it unless you come out with such a superior product, which is the problem. No one's done that. People try to chase it. People try to emulate it. People try to copy it. I feel like Battlefield 6 is trying to copy what they've did in the past. But it's not really innovating. You need to innovate in order to really compete, and they're not innovating. Therefore, it's going to get crushed again. You know what I mean? See here. Okay, so someone took $2 to ask about the demographics again. Good, because I couldn't remember what they wanted. So they want to know the age range for my demographics and male to female ratio. First off, you have to understand something. When I'm about to read my demographics, none of these are probably accurate because this is reliant on what people puts into YouTube when they create their account. There's no verification of that. It's not like you make a YouTube account and YouTube says, okay, send us your driver's license. So you can say whatever you want, all right? But age range. So here's audience. All right. Age ranges of people who watch DSPGaming on YouTube. Are you ready for this? Teenagers, meaning ages 13 to 17, 0.8%. According to YouTube, teenagers are my lowest demographic when it comes to age. That's it. Like every other age range is larger than teenagers. So when morons say stuff like, you stream to kids and you do that, complete nonsense. Teenagers don't watch my content, okay? 18 to 24 years old, very younger adults, 11%, okay? Ages of 25 to 34, a whopping, monstrous 48.8%. So just about half of my viewers are either in their late 20s or their early 30s. Why would I say that's probably the case? Because that's probably the vast majority of people who are watching this kind of content on the internet. Even though there's a ton of teenagers, they all watch the same samey, memeable bullshit. But people who are a little bit older and start to have brains in their fucking heads all tend to kind of watch similar content. And so I think that age range is the majority of people who are watching, this kind of stuff. The next demographic, 35 to 44, is actually the second highest number, 27.2%. So people who are of my actual age range is a little bit under a third of my viewer base. Okay? Then 45 to 54, 8.7%. That's shocking. Would you think that people who are 45 to 54 are watching YouTube that much? But apparently a good chunk, almost 10% of my audience is. Then we got 55 to 64, 2%. And then 65 plus, that's the cutoff where they just stop asking. Over 65, senior citizens, 1.4%. I have more senior citizens who watch DSPGaming than I have teenagers. Pretty crazy, huh? Now, as for gender, since you wanted to know, you asked, a whopping 92.9% of my viewer base are women. I am one of the most watched by females on YouTube right now. Only 6.5% of my viewership are male. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. It's the other way around. It's 92.5% are male and 6.5% are women. But then again, like I said, do you really know if all of this is correct or not? So all of this could be bullshit. It could very well be there's tons of teenagers on the internet watching me, but they all say that they're adults. So therefore, YouTube doesn't capture their stuff properly, right? You don't know. I've already given you my geography demographics, but I'll go through those quickly. 57% of my viewership is from the United States, a little over half. The UK is around 12%. Canada is about 6%. Australia is about 3%. Germany is 2%. Brazil is 2%. Sweden's 1%. Netherlands 1%. Ireland 1%. Finland 1%. And you can keep going down this European list. Everything's like 1%, 1%, 1%. So it's pretty split, but mostly American with some UK, some Canada, and a lot of European here and there. There you go. Interestingly enough, okay, 63% of my subscribers are, excuse me, I said this completely wrong. Hold on. I said it wrong because I had a tickle in my throat and it distracted me. Interestingly enough, okay, 63% of my viewers are subscribed to the channel. 36% are not. This is a humongous change from back in the day, because back in the day, I'm not even exaggerating, it was something like 90-10, like 90% of people who watched me were not subscribed because they were angry because I was uploading so many videos, it would flood their inbox, so they would all watch, but they wouldn't subscribe. Now, because I've dramatically reduced the amount of videos that I put out in a day, basically everyone subscribed who is interested in my content. But my viewership has fallen off so dramatically, it's not really a big stat anymore. It doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to see if at the top if there's any other interesting demographics, but not really, honestly. Okay. All right. Yeah, Mateo, no Ninja Gaiden. I wasn't interested in playing it. I just decided I was too bored with the game. I didn't even want to go back to it. So. Dabian says, Pepsi has made a good point. You have to be subbed to talk in the chat. You're right. You have to be subbed to talk in the chat. So maybe a whole bunch of people subbed because they wanted to talk on the live chats. And the live chats are where it's at, let's be honest. That's the focus. It's not really the on-demand video chat. It's the live chats that everyone wants to be a part of. So that makes sense. Excuse me. Would I ever come to Brazil? Why would I do that? Why would I come to Brazil? Why would I arrive at Brazil? For what reason? 4K. I have no idea if Kick has any demographics whatsoever. I'd have to look into that. I don't even know. I'm going off the YouTube app. YouTube app has insane amounts of analytical breakdowns, but I don't know if Kick gives a shit about any of that stuff. Let's see. How are we doing tonight? Because I haven't been paying attention at all. We're at 36 bucks to support, guys. Let's get to 50 bucks right now. Let's get 3 subs on Kick. Let's get a $14 super chat. Let's get a $14 tip. Let's get, what would that be? 5 memberships on YouTube. Or let's get 2,000 kicks. Let's go. Let's hit 50 bucks right now so we can be a third of the way to our goal. Abdullah says, Blanca lives in Brazil. It'd be worth the trip. Blanca's not real. No offense, Abdullah. But he's not real. DSP the Buck Breaker just gifted a sub. Thanks for the gifted sub. To be honest, I don't know anything about Brazil. I'm not trying to shit talk Brazil or anything. I really don't know anything about it. If I would want to go or not, I don't know. Tropical climate. Nice to visit, not to live. That's for sure. Right? I certainly wouldn't want to live somewhere tropical. Too hot for me. Nasty Mandy just became a member, and that's legit new. Thank you to Nasty Mandy for becoming a member here tonight. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Our first membership of the evening. And then we have John Michael walking through the woods, shuffling through the leaves. With a $2 super chat, he says, I think you could attract more female fans. If I went to Brazil? How would that work? So if I go to Brazil, I'll immediately increase my female fan base. Wow. That's good. All right. We got to figure that out. How does that work? Go to Brazil and walk through the streets in nothing but a Speedo. After a hard year of working out, which I'm not nowhere near a year yet. Once I have a year of working out and I'm an Adonis among men, I'll walk down the streets with DSPGaming written across my chest. People will check it out on YouTube. Of course they will. Of course. Priesel says, will you ask Wings to come back for another interview? All right. Good topic. Last night, I revealed on the Truck Sim stream my kind of idea of what could work between myself and Wings of Redemption for content. I don't think that him coming on a regular show all the time is going to work. There's a couple reasons. Number one, I don't think he would ever commit to a regular appearance because he said himself during our interview last week that he might go back to Lolcow Live at literally any moment. If he determines he's not making enough money and he needs to go back, he'll go back. Even though he keeps saying he's done with it, he outright admitted, I'm going to go back whenever I want. So how could I ever have a show with him that's a regular show. If at any moment he could go, oh, I'm quitting now to go back to Lalcow, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put myself in that position. Okay. But here's what I think. All right. I think that maybe every once in a while, maybe every once a month, once every few months, maybe special appearances for like a holiday, I could do a show where I invite Wings on, just like what we just did a week ago for the Level 1 podcast. Could just be like a special edition of the show where Wings comes on for a couple of hours and we shoot the shit. So, for example, maybe we have him come on around Thanksgiving and we talk about our past and Thanksgiving traditions from our families, what kind of food we used to have, what we currently do now, what we're doing now. We could talk about the games we've been playing, how's he doing in Call of Duty? What am I doing? And then again, we can get into other topics, things that we had started talking about last week, but we didn't really get to talk about more, like our history with Twitch and YouTube. How is this weird conspiracy, how we both got kicked off of Twitch at almost exactly the same time. I want to hear his story of how he got kicked out of Machinima. I never heard that before. I'd like to hear that. There's just things to talk about, things to hang out, right? So the thing is, I don't want to do it all the time. If we do it all the time, it's not special. It would become too boring and commonplace. You want to do it maybe every once in a while, okay? I think that the two of us had a great conversation, and the conversations will get better over time once we get used to talking with each other. That's kind of how it works. The first time you see if there is chemistry, I certainly think there was chemistry, and then you go from there, okay? Now, I was thinking maybe around Thanksgiving if possible, and then maybe right around Christmas. We could do like a Christmas appearance where we talk about Christmas stuff. That could be fun. And then after that, we play it by ear. Maybe we don't do it once a month, but we wait. Every few months, we do a special or something where he can come on and hang out. All right? That way, there's no pressure. If he says all of a sudden, oh, I'm going back to Lalcow and I can't do it, it's not a big deal. It's not like we had an ongoing show and now he's really blowing it and now the show is going to fail because of him. I'm still here. I'll be fine. It ain't going to kill anything or anything like that. So that's what I would like to do. But the thing is, if he's going to show up more than once, we'd have to talk with him about, does he want to get any income for it or anything like that? And the thing is, I offered him 50% of the profits from his first appearance. He turned it down and said he didn't want anything. The catch here is, if you didn't notice, during that first appearance, no income really came in during the show because we had all the pop-ups and everything turned off. All the income came in after he left when I was just hanging out with you guys. So we'd have to have an agreement. Hey, do you want to take people's contributions? Do you want me to shout them out? Do you get 50%? We'd have to work all that out. All right. But I'm willing to be an open dude about it and discuss it. It's fine. I'm cool with that. So anyway, that's my idea. I have no idea if he'll go for that. And the thing is, I don't even know if I can run it by him, because when I've tried to talk to him in DMs, he basically responds saying, I'm not a people person who likes to talk in DMs or text, so I'm not going to respond to you. And I'm like, well, how are we going to talk about this? Like, literally, how are we going to talk about this? I don't know. Okay. So let's see here. We've got Infinite 177 who gifted a sub. Thank you to Infinite for the gifted sub. Thank you so much for that. Flatbush Tommy 9681 did a $5 super chat. That's actually our top super chat of the night. You could start a top secret pay tier stream called PHIL, where people ask what it stands for and you tell them it stands for Philip. Huh? Yeah? I have no idea what that means or where that came from. But thanks anyway. Thanks for $5. I really don't know how to respond to that. I don't even know what that means or what that's in response to or what the topic is. Thanks, Kim Jong Oof. Get them all. Oh, nice name. 5 months as a member. Would you invite Cyrax to an interview? I don't know who that is. People bring this name up every once in a while. Cyrax. I know Cyrax. Cyrax is the cyborg from Mortal Kombat 3. And he shoots webs, and you do 6-hit combos, and you throw bombs down on the ground. He's actually one of my main characters in Mortal Kombat 3. That's who I knew Cyrax is. That's it. I don't know anything else about anybody. So. Would I bring back my back in the day segment from Hate Live? No, because there's no need to have a segment like that because I don't have to do that anymore because we just talk all the time, right? Like, there's no reason to have a dedicated segment about back in the day because now we talk about the past all the time, right? No, please don't send me any postcards from anywhere. If I see a postcard come to my house, I'm going to throw it right out. Please, no. Don't send me anything at all whatsoever. I should get the TMNT Magic the Gathering cards. How am I going to get them? Isn't it not true that literally all of these cards are insanely hard to get? Like, all of them? You want to get Magic the Gathering. You want to get Pokemon. You want to get the WWE cards that I wanted to get for Smart Guys. They're all, like, not possible to get, right? They're, like, friggin' impossible. Actually, oh my God, you know what? I just realized I still have those WWE cards not open, don't I? I think I might have some. I mean, they've been sitting there since April. I never even thought about giving them a second thought. I think they're in there. Do you want me to look or you don't care? If you don't care, I'll just leave them in there. I don't give a shit. People are saying, let's break some packs. Let's pull. Let me confirm I even have them. All right. I swear we had a few packs I didn't open, right? So here's the packs opened. Oh my God, I have 4 sealed packs that I never opened. Okay. Well, if you get me to $100 of support, I'll open a pack live tonight. Let's go. Let's get to 100. Let's open a pack live. Let's do it. Let's go. That's what we were doing for Smart Guys. When we hit $100 of support, I open a pack. I think one of these packs was the guaranteed rare card because we hadn't gotten it yet in that box. So one of these is the guaranteed rare pull. No, Ethan Ralph told me after the fact he was joking. He didn't really want that card. I was going to send it to him. During the Ethan Ralph guest appearance as a Smart Guys co-host, we were opening these packs and there was a card in there he really liked. And he was like, will you send it to me? I was like, dude, I'll send it to you. Just let me know where. And then basically after the fact, he was like, no, he was just kidding. I'm like, oh, okay. Does one of the packs feel heavier? No, I mean, the thing is, the cards are all the same width and everything these days. I don't think that there's like a metal card in one or anything like that. I don't think you would be able to tell. Put them on the kitchen scale and see which one has the rare. I don't think we have a kitchen scale. We don't. I have a bathroom scale and it's just not precise enough to weigh packs of cards. Sorry. What's up, Clout Siffler? How are you tonight, man? Welcome. Any plans to get Ralph back on the show? If there was a reason to have Ralph back on, like if there was something that we have a crossover in or a commonality or something I think he could weigh in on as a topic, I absolutely would have him back on the show. He was not negative whatsoever on the show. He was a guest that people enjoyed, right? I have no ill will towards the guy at all. I would love to have him back on for something. The question is, what would it be? Because we have no crossover at all. What do we do that would ever cross over? Nothing. Zero. Right? Do a drama show with Wings and Ralph. No. That's the point. I don't want to do a drama show with Wings and Ralph. I don't want to do a drama show with anyone. You think I should try to attract more female viewers, John? All right, I'm going to Brazil. We're doing it. Just like someone suggested, I'm going to Brazil. Trip is scheduled. Let's go. Of course. Okay, so we need to figure out what we want to do for the next game. Okay? So should we do some polling? How about we do some polling? And the polling will be Mario, Outer Worlds 2, horror game. And then if it ends up being horror game, then we'll do another poll to determine the horror game. But I want to do some initial feedback tonight. What do you guys want as the next game? This will be starting on Sunday, okay? Let's do a poll both on Kick and YouTube. Starting the poll. Please vote on the poll. Let's see what you guys want for the next game starting on Sunday. Okay. Mr. 10 Years is back. $20 super chat. The next game is naming Pokemons on Pokemon ZA. Well, thank you, Mr. 10 Years. You have named many Pokemons during the playthrough so far. That will continue on Friday. We're going to do another stream of that. And he says, all joking aside, Mario Galaxy 2. All right, please vote for Galaxy 2 then. Let's get everyone's public opinion here in. And by the way, thank you. That was a very generous contribution. That's our biggest super chat of the night. That gets us up to 76. So when we hit 100, I will open a pack of cards live right here on the stream. In fact, let me get the camera ready for it. Let me get this setup over here ready for it. Yeah, here. Let's do this camera angle. And let me turn off the effects over there. And let's see if this shot works now. Hold on. Ready? Yeah, guys? Test shot. Hold on.
Spinning bird kick.
That's the wrong button. Okay, hold on. Why is this doing this? Hold on. There we go. Okay. So, here's the packs that are remaining. I'll open a pack when we hit $100 tonight. There you go. And now you can actually see, this is actually my setup. Look how cool my keyboard is, where it syncs with RGBs and it looks like this every day. Pretty cool, right? You guys never really get to see that. But yeah, that's what it looks like in my office all day, every day. Cool light show going on. Not just that design, but that color design is actually sakura blossoms today. I had lavender and sakura blossom coloring scheme in my office today. Pretty neat, right? This is for a day stream. People are now asking, wait a minute, what are we voting on? You're voting on the day stream on Sunday, the beginning of something new. That's what it's going to be. And it's going to be, it might not always be a day stream, but this is for the day stream on this coming Sunday. That's what the poll is for, okay? Soul at 2 a.m. says, hey, I just joined. The game didn't long last. No, we didn't even play it. We didn't play it because I was actually, during the break, I was thinking about it. I'm like, I really don't want to play Ninja Gaiden 4 anymore. Like, at first I was into it, but after that third, fourth stream where people were not into it anymore and I was getting bored, it was getting repetitive, I was like, I just don't want to play it anymore. We'll just hang out tonight. We'll plan for the future. We'll talk. We'll chill. We'll enjoy each other's company. We'll have a good stream, and then we'll do something new starting Sunday and get this out of the rotation because it's just boring, honestly. I'm just not into it. So let's take a look at the results so far. The poll's not over yet, but I'm curious. Wow, it looks like right now we are in agreement. We've got both YouTube and Kick voting for Outer Worlds 2 as the majority vote. Both sides. So I guess you were interested to see if it's any good. I mean, I am interested, too, to see if it's any good, to be honest. And it is Game Pass, so there's no investment. If it sucks, it sucks. We don't have to play it any further. HoboX, I am aware of Hyrule Warriors' new game on Switch 2. We brought it up earlier tonight as a possibility. And immediately people are like, well, if you think Ninja Gaiden 4 is repetitive, that's just as, if not more repetitive. So what are you talking about? Maybe we'll consider it for the future, but like I said, we needed to definitely narrow down the choices. If we keep adding choices, we'll never determine anything. Red Eyes BDC did a $2 super chat and says, hey, just to remind everyone, the Kick Chat sucks. Wow. Harsh words from Red Eyes over on YouTube. Talking that smack. We're now at $80 support for the record, $20 away from opening one of these pack of WWE cards that sat in my closet for over 6 months. I forgot I had them. It's been 7 months. Yeah, 7 months they were sitting in there. Okay. The poll's about to end. And on the Kick side, Outer Worlds 2 has won. And on the YouTube side, Outer Worlds 2 has won. So it seems like Outer Worlds 2 it is on Sunday. We'll give it a shot. If it's good, great. If it's bad, screw it. We won't continue with it. I'm okay with that. All right. See, that's why I need to have these cool interactive sessions with you guys, because you guys really help me out to determine, what to do when we need a little course correct or something on the fly happens like this. So that's excellent. Thank you. We'll try it. I was curious if it was going to be good. Let's give it a shot on Sunday. Let's see if it's any good. Okay? Cool. Now, let's get to $100 right now. Let's do a nice live pack opening. Who's going to do it? Who's going to do a $20 super chat, 4 subs on Kick, 2,000 kicks on Kick, a $20 tip, and who's going to do 7 memberships? Let's go. Let's hit it right now. Let's open this up. Let's see if we can get the rare card. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling a signed Cody Rhodes. That's going to be worth several $1,000s. That's what I'm feeling. Getting ahead of yourself. Pat says, well, how much to open 2? Getting ahead of yourself there. Why don't we just open 1 and then worry about the second one after the fact? Wow. All right, how about this? How about this? If we get to $100, I'll open one, but then I'll give you a discount. If we get to the goal of 150, I'll open two. So if you give me the 150 tonight right now, I'll open 2 packs instead of 1. There we go. That's how it's done. Ow. Jade, it's up to you if you want to chill for Outer Worlds 2 or not when we play it on Sunday. We'll see if it's any good. No clue. I really don't know either. The first game was relaxing, fun, but definitely had a grinding element to it when it was the combat. I think the combat was the weakest point of it. And sadly, that was a disappointment because there was a lot of combat. I don't know if they've improved it in this game or not. I hope they did. No, Pat, I said 100 for 1, 150 for 2. That's the deal. And we got $20 from Mr. 10 Years. He says, let's do it. All right, let's do it indeed. So let me get my glasses on so I can actually see the cards, because if I don't have my glasses on, I can't see them at all. Okay? My eyesight up close is terrible now. Like, I can read the TV perfectly fine. I can read the laptop screen perfectly fine. I can read the monitor over there perfectly fine. Okay? But anything close to, I can't read this at all. Still can't read this at all, okay? Now, at this distance, I can actually read. So that's the distance where I can see things. Sucks. I'm probably going to need glasses relatively soon. I'd argue probably within the next year. I probably got to go get new glasses so I can see what the hell I'm doing. I'm just getting old. Nothing you can do when you get old, your eyesight goes. There's nothing that can be done about it, you know? Okay. So thank you. Now Red Eyes did another $5 super chat. Give me the hollow first edition of Scott Steiner. There you go. Maybe he's putting someone in the recliner. Okay, well, here we go. Jade says maybe Jey Uso or Sammy. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to get tonight. First of all, I got 4 packs. Let me just mix them up just so it's a random chance. I mean, I don't know. There's supposed to be a rare card in one of these. I just don't know which one it is. So let's just take this one right here, okay? All right. Get the glasses on. Let's get the camera to the right angle. All right, so here we go. Oh, hold on. Mr. 10 Years now did $10. Let's pray before we open. Let's get that lottery. Everyone pray. Everyone put your hands together. Whoa. Put your hands together. Pray for the rare card. We must. We must invoke the powers that be to receive the rare card tonight. Very nice. Okay, thank you for that. Again, Mr. 10 Years. We're at 115 in support now tonight. Thank you guys so much. All right, so here we go. Where did I put it? Here we go. Ready? See, now I can read up close with the glasses on. I can read up close really nice. So let's see what we got. All right, here we go. Pack opening live. Haven't done this since April. The first card of the night. Oh, boy. I'm so excited for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Akira Tozawa. Wah, 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 wah. I don't think anyone cares about Akira Tozawa. I'm sorry, Mr. Tozawa. I know you've been with WWE many years, but, yeah. All right. Follower of The Way Forever did a $2 super chat. Says, hey, now we're on the way to opening 2. Thank you. Yes, now we are up to 117. Well, I said if we did 150, I'd open 2. So there we go. All right, so that was kind of a disappointing first pull. Card number 2 is... Let me get my glasses on here. Hold on. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Bret Hitman Hart. And this is one of the holographic edges and also the black and white. I don't think it's considered the ultra rare, but it's considered a rare card because it's the variant. Okay, black and white Bret Hart in his prime right there. Cool. But not amazing. That's not like a valuable card or anything. It just looks a little nice. All right. Okay. What's next? I really don't understand what these are. The world champions, Allen and Ginter. But these, I guess, are some of the cards. They're not rare. It's just part of the regular set. It's Kurt Angle, but it's the Allen and Ginter Kurt Angle, whatever that means. I don't really know. But there you go. Allen and Ginter Kurt Angle. Even when he got older, he was still friggin' ripped. Look at him. Holy shit. That's where I want to be. That's what I want my body to look like eventually. Well, good fucking luck. That ain't ever going to happen. Oh, man. Anyway. Okay. Last one of this pack. Ooh. What the fuck? Who is this? Of course. The one we've all been waiting for. NXT's own Tatum Paxley. Who the fuck is Tatum Paxley? I have absolutely no idea. The camera doesn't know either. The camera's so confused, it's blurring. Look, the camera is purposely blurring the card, saying, no, don't look at this one. Yeah, look, the camera doesn't want you to see it. You're like, who the fuck is Tatum Paxley? I don't know either. You're forbidden to look at this card. Look, you're literally forbidden. The camera will not focus on the card, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I can't see Tatum Paxley, whoever the fuck it is. Wow, I give up. The other cards worked, but this one doesn't work. So I don't know who Tatum Paxley is. Tatum Paxley is currently the NXT Women's Champion. Oh, really? And I never even heard of her. Tatum Paxley, never heard of her. Completely, dude, it's in focus here, right? Now I move it towards the camera. It goes out of focus. It's supposed to be an auto-focusing camera, and it goes out of focus as I get closer. What the fuck? There. Ah! There. No! Come on! I give up. Fuck this. All right, well, honestly, nothing great. Best card there definitely was Bret Hart with a little bit of a hologram edge. That hologram edge Bret is kind of nice, but that is not the rare card in the pack, or in the set, I should say, in the box. In the box, there's supposed to be a rare card. That's not considered the rarest card. So if we get to 150 tonight, I'll open the second pack, and maybe then we'll get the rare card. There's actually 3 packs left, so we have a 1 in 3 chance of getting the rare card tonight if we hit 150 as support, okay? Okay, cool. Purple and gold borders are the ultra rare. I think the ones that have full color borders are the ultra rare. Like I had one that was all blue. Here, hold on. I have them separated out. In the center, it's considered an ultra rare. It's the Shinsuke Nakamura card. Come on, focus. There we go. Oh, come on. It was just focused. There it is. That's the rare. All right, I give up. These are supposed to be autofocus cameras. They suck, don't they? So the Shinsuke card is the rare one. It's got the shattered edge and the full color edge. That's considered the rare pull. So if we get one with a full color edge like that, that's the rare one. But there's other variants, anything with an autograph. The ones that are rare have a number on them, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So, for example, this Shinsuke says 22 out of 150. It says right on it. That's how you know it's the rare card. It has the actual number printed on it. So there you go. Okay. Jade, he says, I love this. More WWE. I know, man. And the thing is, I tried. I really did. Like, I hadn't done wrestling commentary in many years, right? And I brought it back, and it went for a few months. I thought it did all right. But as you saw, it was up and down. Some weeks would be better. Some weeks would be worse. Essentially, what happened was, because I crossed over with Kino Casino, that audience was expecting a certain kind of content. They wanted drama. They wanted toxic shit. They weren't really interested in wrestling, all right? And that's sad, because I wanted the show to be about wrestling. When I turned it into shows just about wrestling, the views would be down and the support would be down. So then I tried to branch out, do something different. I tried to have guest hosts on of varying degrees of notoriety and success on trying that. But really what broke the show was the final show, the WrestleMania special, where It was an over 3-hour plus special. I covered the entirety of WrestleMania. I had match-by-match coverage. I had multiple guest hosts. And it was the least supported, least liked show of all. And at that point, it's just like, I've had enough. I just don't want to put that amount of effort in. It's a lot of watching wrestling, a lot of tracking the matches, coming with a lot of research, a lot of work behind it. And it's just not worth it. It was too much work. So that's why I stopped doing the WWE stuff. Well, Jade says, I mean the cards. Well, that's another thing too. Like these cards, I told you guys this over the course of the show, which ran for 4 months. When I bought my first pack of these cards, it was $29.99. When I bought my second pack of these cards, it was $39.99. Not packs, excuse me, box. The box, I think, comes with is it 5 packs in a box? I think it's 5 packs in a box. So first it was $30, then it was $40, then it was $50. I think I bought 4 all in all. The last one, I'm not kidding, was over $60. And I was looking at it is one pack of these cards worth more than $10? No, not in any way, shape, or form. Why were they getting so expensive? So at that point, I even said, this is going to be the last box. I'm not going to keep trying to buy these things as the scalping prices go up and up and up astronomically. Forget that, right? So eventually I knew that it was only going to be a few more packs anyway, because of the way that the prices were going up. But for what I'm to understand, it is like this for anything, any cards, again, Magic the Gathering, or is there a D&D card game? I know Magic the Gathering is kind of like D&D in card form, but I think there might be a D&D card game too. I'm not sure. But then you got Pokemon, right? Any of these things that are collectible cards, they're all insanely overpriced. So I tried to get into it thinking, it's like a hobby. I could do it as part of the content. And then I found out, dude, it was so expensive. That was not fucking worth it. Absolutely ridiculous, overpriced nonsense. There was an actual D&D set for Magic the Gathering. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so by the way, thank you guys for the support. 28 more bucks to go to hit our goal and to open a second pack, okay? Now, and by the way, if you want to talk about opening future packs, let's hit the goal and I'll let you know what I think about if we do another one tonight, okay? Okay, so we determined starting Sunday, we will start the Outer Worlds 2 on the daytime stream. We'll see if it works and we'll go from there, okay? If it doesn't work, that's fine. No commitment because it's a Game Pass game. We can do something different. Cool. All right, now, let's talk about Black Friday. I don't know why I just did that. It's not Halloween or anything. But every year, I usually do something special for Black Friday. Originally, I didn't. Originally, back in the day, I didn't do a marathon. I didn't really do any special content. What I did is I would do gameplay. And normally, if I remember when the original Black Ops 1 and 2 came out, I did Black Ops Friday, where what I would do is play a lot of Black Ops multiplayer on Black Friday. That was the original thing I used to do. But then what happened is over the years, people wanted a special. And I said, all right, if you want to do a special, then maybe we could do Ask the King Special Holiday Edition. And for those who don't know what Ask the King is the show that I used to do that was a Q&A show because I didn't used to be a live interactive streamer at all. I used to just make offline gameplay videos. So you really never had opportunity to talk to me, to ask me a question and get it answered. Instead, you had to basically leave a video comment and hope that I read it. You could submit something on my forums and hope that I read it. You know what I'm saying? There was really no way to talk directly to me. So when I did Ask the King, that was my Q&A show where I would ask for questions, people would post them up, and I would pick the best ones and do a live Q&A answering session for people. And so I did that many, many years, actually, on Thanksgiving, and that was the content that I did there. But the problem is, I don't do that show anymore because I literally do live Q&A every day now because I'm an interactive streamer. I changed, right? I adjusted. Things are different now, okay? So, that case now being said, for a few years, we did various different kinds of marathons. For a couple of years, I actually did a ad apocalypse marathon where we were doing live reacting to advertisements from yesteryear, whether it was the 1980s, 90s, 2000s, international things from outside the US. And it was pretty fun to do. It was fascinating to see some of these ads from all around the world. I think it went pretty well, but we kind of got bored of that too after a couple of years of doing that. So really, we don't have anything set right now for what I should do on Black Friday. And the way I see it, we have multiple options. Option number one could be I just do a normal day of content where maybe I still do like a Black Ops Friday. So maybe the daytime stream that day is Black Ops 7 multiplayer, and the night stream is like some fighting game multiplayer or something like that. So we just do an all-out multiplayer day on DSPGaming. We could do that. Another option would be a themed marathon. What the theme would be, I have absolutely no idea. Some people have already come up with ideas such as a retro games day where I play like classic NES and games like that off of like Nintendo Switch Live. Some people have said perhaps do indie games, like pick out some more indie games to play and try out that day and jump between indie games as a marathon or something like that. Okay. Some people have said for part of the marathon, instead of it being all gameplay, I should actually look at online sales or actual like ad circulars for Black Friday to see if there's actually any real deals anywhere, like Walmart, Target, Best Buy. I could look at the sale that's listed that day on Amazon. Is anything there worth actually getting? Notably for me, like I said, I'm looking for another controller or two. Maybe I could get a couple controllers live. Maybe I could look for like a deal if there are new lighting or something, something new for the streams. Maybe there's a Lego set that's on sale that day or something, right? Something we could do there. And then lastly, another idea that we've had is to actually do some reacting. And what I mean by that is to figure out something that people would be interested to see me react to that day and react to it. Again, I was doing all kinds of reacting, including reacting to other YouTubers, reacting to television shows, reacting to documentaries and things that we had watched. And I mean, what we would do, if we're going to do that, we have to plan that out to see what is it you want to see me react to on that day. I'd be down for having a reacting segment, maybe a gaming segment. As long as we know what we're doing that day and we could jump between the stuff on the fly, I'm down for that. So what would it be? That would be, an idea. Like what would we be doing that day? Okay. And I'm not sure yet, but I think we have a few weeks to figure this out. It's the 28th, so we have 24 days to figure this out. But I want to get the discussion going, get your ideas. Do you guys have any good ideas of things I could do then so that we could get it planned? I'm okay with anything. Like, you know me, I'm way more easygoing these days. And I'm open to suggestion, but I just want to get it going, right? Let's react to an LTG documentary. I swear to you, I've never watched an LTG documentary, and I haven't reacted to one of them. Could be a part of the day. It doesn't have to be the whole day. It could be a part of the day. Okay, I received 500 kicks from 220 over on Kick, who says, thanks for naming the Pokemon after my Gramps. May his spirit live on. All right, thank you so much for 500 kicks. At this point, I'm sure there's probably like 100 LTG documentaries, right? I mean, it probably is. Like, legit, a zillion of them. Holy crap. Brock Landers is here. First time we've seen Brock in since September, I think. And Brock Landers just dropped 5 subs on the channel over on Kick. 5 subs from Brock Landers. It's good to see you. Formerly known as Dr. Lexus, for those who don't know who he is. He is the #1 sub gifter on my Kick channel over the year that I've now been streaming there. So thank you to Brock Landers for 5 subs. And with that, it is official, folks. Tonight, we have hit our goal for this stream, and we still have like an hour left on the stream, roughly. So thank you to Brock. We're now at 7 out of 10 goals hit. And I think that this might just call for a celebration. Thank you guys for chilling. And do you see what I mean when I say if I'm not sure about a game or if I'm not sure about a stream, it's always good to have options to chill with Phil. This always works. People come and hang out. We have a great time. We get stuff done. We do Q&A. We enjoy each other's company. The support comes in. We have done it. We hit the goal. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. I told you I would. I'm going to open a second pack of WWE cards live right here for you tonight. Okay? Let's do it. Thank you to Brock. I appreciate that. Let's just go right with the next pack that's on top here. Okay? Here we are. So, here we go. Second pack of the night. Okay, first card. Will it be a rare card? I don't even know if she's still with the company. Kaden Carter? Is she even still with WWE? Because the time that I was watching, I don't even think I saw her wrestle once. So I don't know if she's still with them or not. Kaden Carter. I know she was with NXT tagging with that other woman who was like from Ultimate Ninja Warrior or whatever it was. But I don't even know if she's still there or not. So what an amazing first pull tonight, huh? Well, first pull of this pack, I should say, not first pull of tonight. All right, on to the next. See here. Ooh, is this a good one? Ooh. Well, I like it's fancy bordered. It's not considered one of the numbered rares, but I definitely like the fancy border on this one. Take a look. It's Mick Foley. Hell yeah. And look at that fancy border that they put on that card. So that's a rare version of Mick Foley, but it's not really worth much. But I love that border. That's one of my favorite designs for the border that you can even have. Very nice. But sadly, not a numbered card, not really worth anything. Just a nice one to look at, right? Mick Foley. Okay. Up next. NXT. Oh, well, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? We got our rare pull, and it's probably the stupidest one possible from NXT, Nathan Frazier. I don't know who in the holy hell Nathan Frazier is, but that is the rare pull. If you can see, it has the number on it. I think it says like 23 out of 150, and it has the shattered border. So I don't know who the hell Nate. Well, it's blurry. This camera is pissing me off. I don't know who Nate Frazier is. It doesn't want to adjust. I wanted to show you the number, but it will not show up. It's really pissing me off. Let's try this. Oh, I got to cover my face. That's the problem. If I cover my face, then it should focus on the card. Yep. Oh, well, it tried, and then it stopped. But you can see there's a metallic number on there, right? So it says 24 out of 150. Who knows who this guy is? He's probably a jobber, and no one really cares. But that's the rare card of the box. That's why it has that border. He's on SmackDown currently. He's still in WWE. Oh, okay. So he is still in WWE, not released, but he's on SmackDown now. Okay. And then the last card. Look at this one. Title Town. It is a Finn Balor card. It says NXT Championship from NXT TakeOver Brooklyn from 8/22/2015. So 10 years ago, when Demon Finn Balor won the NXT Championship. This is a commemorative card of that win. It looks nice, but my camera will not agree with me here tonight. It usually focuses when we do DSP tries it. You know what it is probably? I bet it's the keyboard. Yep, it was the keyboard. The keyboard was interfering with the camera and not letting it focus. So there you go. Titletown Finn Balor. That's pretty cool. Now I can actually show you the other card. Here it is. It should focus now. Or not. Wow, it still won't. This one card won't focus. Maybe it's the metallic stuff on the card. Makes it that the camera doesn't want it. Yeah, the camera refuses to focus on the rare card. Well, I give up. I tried. Anyway, all right, well, here we go. All right. So, thank you guys for that. Now, here's the thing. We do have 2 packs left, and we do have about 45 minutes left on this stream. If you guys get us to $500, no, $200 of support, I'll open the next one. All right? So, let's see what happens. Right now, we're at 152. If we get to 200, I'll open another pack. And we get to, I guess you say, hey, we'll see what happens from there, okay? But that's up to you guys. There's an insanely tiny chance there could be a good card in these packs. There always is another chance, but the guaranteed card was that one. So there's no guarantee there'll be a good card in here, okay? So if you continue to support tonight, we get to 200, I'll open another pack. Okay. Alrighty, so thank you guys. And so what we were talking about, we got distracted there, right? We were talking about Black Friday, which is Friday, November 28th. All right? So what should I do on that day? We've got people who say I should do some multiplayer. We got people who say I should react to stuff. We got people who say I should do this thing where we look at the sales. You know, maybe we could look at sales on Amazon. I can even buy some stuff. Like, for example, new controller is one thing. I have an idea, but I don't really want to spoil the idea yet. I have an interesting idea that I want to dabble with, okay? But I'm not going to spoil it yet, but it would involve that I have to buy some more equipment, all right? So I want to be sure that the idea is sound and valid before I present it, but I would definitely need to spend some money on equipment to do this idea, and so Black Friday would be an actual good day to look for that equipment, perhaps, with a big discount, okay? So, we'll see. Just stare into the camera and ask for money? I do that every day. I don't need to do that on Black Friday specifically. That's gonna happen no matter what. I mean, that's just a given. Come on. Did I get my streaming PC during Black Friday last year? Not on Black Friday. It was that time period. It was that week of, that week of like earlier. I think it was earlier in the week. It was like the week-long sales, and it was one of the sales, and that's where I got my streaming PC from. Yes, and it was a big discount because I think I got it. I want to say I got it for like $1,1700, and then after the sale ended, the price jumped back up to like $2,400. So I actually saved a lot by buying it that week. Replace the Chinese power supplies? Why? They're good. I've had these for almost a year, these battery backups. They work perfectly fine. Why would I want to replace them? No, Elgato basically stopped doing this kind of stuff. Like, Dunsfelter says, see if Elgato has new foam panels. They don't. Like, if you actually look for Elgato, I forget what they're called. Sound panels. Okay? The only ones that you can even get anymore are the white ones. You can't even buy the other ones anymore. They don't seem to be, like, available. Or if they are, they're basically, like, out of stock, like, all the time. I just don't think they're making them anymore. I think the only ones that are available on the internet are just the leftovers from when Elgato was manufacturing them. And I think they stopped making them. So now they're, like, rare and expensive. Like, I want another pack of white ones because I would like to maybe make the whole wall white. Instead of having these, just have the whole wall be white, right? But a pack of 6 is $100 now. And they weren't that expensive previously. So the price has gone way up on this shit. So I don't think it's really worth it. I guess I'm okay with always having the white in the middle and then either the black or the blue on the edges. I guess that's fine. Um, not a big deal. I like them. Eventually they're going to wear out, and by then there'll be some whole totally new option to do it. I know it. Yeah, they're called Elgato Wave panels. That's what they're called, wave panels. But they don't have new colors or anything. Like, I'll search on Google. Elgato Wave panels. They're all, yeah, look, they are all $100. Every pack is $100 everywhere. eBay, 125. Yikes. Are the wave panels being replaced or just discontinued? No one answered. Yeah. I don't know. I like them, but I mean, thank God I bought them when I did, because if I didn't, they might even be impossible to get now. But, all right. Anyway, so they're probably not that. But, like I said, probably a new controller or two could be a Black Friday thing that I get. But like I said, I have this idea for something that I would like to do, but I want to do a little bit of research on it before I reveal it. I want to make sure that it's going to be like possible, and I want to see what the cost would be. Like, obviously, I don't know what the prices will be for stuff on Black Friday, but I also don't want to spend an insane amount of money on something that's gonna fall flat on its face. You know what I'm saying? So, I'll think about it. Okay, but that would be something for Black Friday too, because it's something I have to buy. Discounted Steam games. I mean, the games on Steam are just not that expensive. And even so, usually if a game is expensive on Steam, you can usually go and find a cheaper version of said game on a place like loaded.com or whatever. The PC gaming landscape just isn't that expensive. The console gaming landscape was ridiculously expensive. So honestly, I have saved so much on games in the last year since I've been a PC gamer compared to when I was a console gamer. It's pretty ridiculous, actually. If I was still buying everything actively on PlayStation, I would have been paying so much money a pop on these games, you know? That is true. First-party Nintendo games pretty much never go on sale. It is true. The only time you really see a big deal on a first-party Nintendo game is if an actual brick-and-mortar business is trying to liquidate the inventory, but, like, the digital prices, like, never go down. It's pretty ridiculous. Dunsfelter says there's a website. It's called Camel. He says, this checks price history on a place like Amazon. You can actually see if there's a real deal or not, or if it's a fake one. Interesting. That is interesting. Have a good night, Vietnamese comrade. All right. So how about this? Let's do another poll. This poll will be on Black Friday. Would you prefer to see me do some multiplayer gameplay, some reacting, or looking for deals? Let's do that. Let's do a second poll and let's see what you guys vote for tonight. Do I not read chat? I've literally been reading chat all night. Are you blind? Like, what are you talking about? I hate when people say dumb shit like that. Dude, I've been interacting with people literally the whole night. That's the point of the stream. Why would you say, am I reading chat? Ay. Anyway. All right, so as you guys vote on that poll, again, if we hit $200 of support, I'll open up the third of 4 packs that were left from WWE. If you guys like the stream and like chilling with me, please support it tonight. Jade says, how about Black Friday funny, scary pranks? I'm not really one for pranks, number one, because I don't really think that they're very funny when you're the person who's had them played on you. I get a lot of online trolling. I don't really support pranks. So I'm going to go with the no on that one, Jade. I wouldn't do a prank. Like, maybe we could watch pranks, react to pranks, but I don't know. I'm just not really for it. Any chance of trying Thai food for DSP tries it? Could. There are some Thai restaurants around here. I think we've done them ages ago, but we haven't done them recently, like Thai food. Maybe that's something to consider. Once I had Thai food a long time ago, and I told you guys this story. So I ordered a fish, thinking, oh, it's going to be like a baked fish presented with stuff. No, it was the whole fish. It came out with scales on and everything. I'm looking at it like, oh, I didn't know that's what it was going to be. I've never had just like a whole fish like this before. So I stared at it looking like, dude, this is probably not going to be very good. I go and I take my fork. I just go like this. It comes right off the bone. It just goes like, comes right off so easily, like butter. I'm like, whoa. And I taste it. I'm like, this is insanely good. The seasoning was fucking really on pace. Like, boom, just pop it in your mouth. It was just like melt in your mouth, delicious fish. Some of the best I've ever had. So I guess if you know what you're doing, it doesn't really matter what it looks like. If it's just prepared well, it's going to taste great. And that was Thai food. I haven't had that since. Maybe, I certainly wouldn't try to get that delivered. That's something you have to have in the restaurant. But I'm sure there'd be something I could get delivered that might be pretty good. Would I try zombies in Black Ops 7? Likely no. Again, I'm not a co-op player. I'm a multiplayer player for sure. I'm just not a co-op player. The co-op stuff that I've tried hasn't really worked because people always say, hey, when you're doing co-op, you're talking with your teammates. You're more paying attention to them than you are to us. Even the co-op stuff that I did like a year ago. Remember I did zombies on Halloween last year? Guess what? No one supported during zombies because no one liked it because they were like, dude, you're not hanging out with us. People come to my streams to spend time with me. They don't want me hanging out with other people on the stream. There's a few exceptions, like, for example, the interview with Wings. That's the whole point of the interview, the appearance, right? Something special and different. But after the fact, what did I do as soon as the interview ended? I hung out with you guys for another 90 minutes, and people really liked that. You see? That's what people want. They don't want to come and be ignored. So the co-op stuff doesn't really work. Big Boss with a $2 super chat says, have you ever played a funny prank on Kat or her on you? Not really. Little innocent things every once in a while. Like I'll go downstairs, I can't find her, and come to find out she's running around the house hiding from me. And then all of a sudden she'll like jump out. I'll be like, oh God, innocent little silly things like that. Nothing too crazy. We do not go serious pranking on each other or anything like that. You're going to go soon, Jade? All right, man. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Appreciate it. Let's see how the results of the poll are going. So, on the kick side so far, the return of reacting is in the lead. Looking for online deals is right behind it, and then multiplayer is in last. On the YouTube side of things, we've got multiplayer in the lead, looking for online deals in the middle, and reacting returns in last. It's completely flipped. Well, that's kind of hard to follow or get any kind of a reading from. Look, YouTube wants one thing, and the kick viewers want completely the other thing. They're not even close to being the same. Yes, the poll results are always glitched, and you always have to refresh the page to see them. They never fixed kick polls for some reason. Gunsfelder says, what would you react to? A documentary or maybe the old clip show? No, that's the thing. I don't know. People already suggested an LTG documentary. I've never seen one. Maybe I would watch an LTG documentary and react to that. Maybe people would submit clips and I would watch certain clips. I honestly don't know what I would react to. But that's the thing. If people want it, we could plan for it. That's why we need to figure out what I'm doing so we can plan for it. Or else you trying to rush and do stuff last minute, it'll never work. All right, so yeah. So on the YouTube side of stuff, multiplayer gameplay like Call of Duty won. Me looking for online deals got second. And the whole reacting returns got last. On the kick side of things, reacting returns got first. Looking for online deals was second, and multiplayer was third. Maybe we do a little of each, right? Maybe we actually do all. Maybe one segment is me reacting to something, one segment is looking for online deals, and one segment is the multiplayer gameplay, like Call of Duty. Maybe we could do all of that. That way it's Black Ops Friday plus more, right? That's funny because here's the thing. I'm well aware. Here's what happened years ago. June the King, originally many years ago, made a documentary on LTG. He supposedly, I don't know the truth of this, but he supposedly only listed things in his documentary that were public knowledge. The thing is that LTG didn't realize a lot of that was public knowledge, so a lot of people hadn't really revealed it or talked about it on the internet yet. And so I guess what happened was he got really pissed and he falsely copyright struck the documentary. Then June the King counterclaimed it so he could get his documentary back. And when he counterclaimed it, he had to give his real life name and address and information because it's a legal response. And LTG then took that information, doxed it, and had people go attack him to the point where then he had to like go back against it and tell people, you got to stop. This is ridiculous. I can't believe that this guy did this to me. And it was this whole debacle for a while, supposedly. um, but I mean, that's really messed up that he did that. That's not what the system is for. And quite frankly, um, if June had actually taken legal action against LTG, he probably would have won in a court of law. You can't do what he did. You can't dox the freaking guy because he gave you a legal counterclaim. You just can't do that. Okay, it's not meant to be public knowledge stuff. Anyway, the truth is, reacting to any documentary is fair game. LTG already doesn't like me, so I don't really give a shit if I react to it and he doesn't like me more. What's he gonna do? Be even more pissy about me on his streams? Call me Burt Reynolds another 100 times? I'm not too worried about it. But then again, I'm not saying that's what we have to do. I'm not saying that's what we have to do at all. Maybe we do something different. I don't know. But whatever you guys would like to see me react to, this is the thing. If you want that, like maybe this is what we do. We do a day-long event. There's some reacting. There's some Black Ops gameplay. I look for deals. We do these segments, right? We could do that. I'd be down for that. It'd be a different kind of marathon for sure. Fish Tank Big Boss says, compromise and just build some Legos, laughing out loud. We tried that. The Minecraft Lego we actually did during my birthday marathon, and I'm going to be honest, it didn't work out as part of a marathon because it took like 2.5, 3 hours to build. And even though we got it all done, people were so disengaged during that part of the marathon. They actually were disappointed and wished I didn't do it. I think the Legos work as chill night streams, but definitely they don't work as part of a marathon. So I probably wouldn't do it as part of a marathon again. Now, I might actually buy some Legos during a marathon. Like, let's say the Legos were on a Black Friday sale, and we find one that's a good one. I buy it, say, okay, this will be a future build we'll do. That could work. But I don't think that I'm going to be doing actual building of the Legos during the marathon. I don't know anything about Lego toys at Burger King. How would I get a Lego toy at Burger King? Buy a kid's meal? What? Jade says, watch funny scare pranks. Well, again, Jade, that's the point I'm making is I don't really support pranks, so I don't think I would want to watch them, even if they're considered funny. I don't really like the whole prank culture, if that makes sense. Miss Mango just shows up and says, I was hoping you were playing games. Now, do you mean during the marathon or tonight? If you mean tonight, you're way too late. I would have been done in 15 minutes anyway. If you mean during the marathon, well, I probably will end up playing games during the marathon. People voted for that most on YouTube. They're Sonic toys, but you don't think that they're Lego. Oh, like Sonic the Hedgehog toys? No, they're just collectibles, Colonel Zeppelin. They're not a game or anything. They're just collectible cards from Topps, much like baseball cards or whatever. You know what I mean? They are nice, but they're definitely not worth what people charge for them. It's absolutely ridiculous how much collectors inflate the value of stuff. It's just nuts. Miss Bango says, I'm in school and I have no money, laughing out loud. If you had no money, you would be going to public school, which is free, which means that you probably would have some money because you're not spending money to go to private school. If you told me that you were in private school and paying your way like I did, then I'd be like, I get it. I was broke too. But if you have no money, truly, then you're in public school. New emotes? We have relatively new emotes. We just added a few emotes within the last like month or whatever, right? Okay. Well, folks, I think we covered what we wanted to cover. Number one, we know this Sunday, main daytime stream, The Outer Worlds 2 will begin. I'm excited to try it out and see if it's any good. That's number one. Number two, we now know that the Black Friday event will likely be a hybrid event that will include some gameplay, maybe some reacting. We have to figure out what that would be, and maybe even me looking for some online deals, okay? So there you go. We're now aware of that. Again, I have an idea for something. I just don't know if it's viable because I have to actually look at what I would need to do this idea, like the equipment and stuff. Then I would know what to look for. So, but it could be fun. So now we did some good progress tonight. We had some chill fun together. We interacted. I think it was a good time, right? Thank you to Maconium for a $5 super chat. Thank you, Maconium, for that. Appreciate that. So, but anyway, we're at the end of the night. Want to do some Q&A to end the night? Tag me in the chat, either chat. Let's see what you guys want to talk about to end the night. I hope that you guys have enjoyed Chill with Phil here on DSP Gaming. It's been a fun one, right? Interesting one. We got a lot done. So, let's see what you guys want to do today or tonight to end the night. What am I doing with Kat tonight after this? We'll probably relax, maybe watch something on TV. I don't know. I really don't know. We do different stuff every night. We don't really plan ahead for it. Usually I go downstairs and, I'll like if any dishes or anything that are left, we wash the dishes. And then, I sit down, we relax on the couch and we figure out what we want to do. Sometimes we have a snack, like maybe I'll have like a protein bar or something. I don't know. Are there any African restaurants around me? I live in Asian Central USA, meaning the Seattle area is the area where if you come in and fly into the US from Asia, you usually touch down at Seattle Airport, and therefore it's all Asian food out here. For the most part, that's all there is. No, there's not going to be any kind of authentic African food out here at all. I don't know what African cuisine is because I never had it. I would not even know what that would be like. Max Power says, can't wait till you do an oldies marathon with classics from the past. Well, I mean, we did that 3 times this year, the Mega Man marathons, right? 3 different Mega Man marathons, one in January, one in August, one in September. Or no, it was January, August, right? Yeah, it was January, early August, late August. That's what put our marathons back at the end of the month, which, we wanted to do. So, but I know what you're saying. Like, you're not just saying one kind of game. You're saying maybe like a classics marathon with different stuff. Any goals for myself in 2026? Yes, $150 every stream. Those are my goals for 2026. Unless there's some mass inflation going on, then maybe I'll have to raise it. But 150 for stream, I think, has been working well. Yes, I agree. Spanish food is good. It's not Spanish food, it's Hispanic food. Hispanic food is delicious. I agree. I've just received a $50 tip from Lisa Lou. $50 tip from Lisa Lou. This is just off the top of my head. To answer this question, honestly, I would have to really think hard, okay? But the absolute best advice of recent memory that I can think about was honestly, this is truthful, okay? During the time when I had my incident, if you remember, the entire internet knew about it. It became a viral meme overnight. And basically, at first I didn't know how to respond to it simply because, what do you do? Do you deny it? Do you get angry about it? Do you roll with it? And the thing is, previous to that happening, I had some bad reactions to things in my past. Notably, This Is How You Don't Play. If you remember, when This Is How You Don't Play, it happened, I basically, instead of rolling with it and laughing at myself and making a joke of it, and maybe even doing some of it myself, which I probably could have been popular for doing. Imagine if I did my own This Is How You Don't Plays, right? Instead, I got angry. How dare you steal my content? How dare you use it to make something negative and toxic? Now this will replace my original content. And because I reacted in that very negative way, it really turned against me, and it really made a lot of people turn against me during that time period. So that was like 2012 through like 2014, 2015, right? So then 2016 is this incident. And when this happens, of course, again, everyone's laughing at me. So I got great advice. Someone actually reached out to me and said, here's the best advice I can give you. You've got to react literally the opposite way that you did to This Is How You Don't Play. Because if you act defensive, if you act angry, if you act even embarrassed, it's not going to work. What you got to do is roll with everyone else and laugh at it and make fun of it and meme about it and do it that way. And then basically it won't be a big deal. So I owned it. I changed my avatar on Twitter, which was Twitter back then, to be the Prince Adam face with the sparkles behind and his head's going like this. That was my avatar. I made jokes about it everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just went everywhere kind of rolling with it. And actually, within a few weeks, it wasn't even a negative anymore. People were actually laughing with me rather than at me. And it ended up not ending. For someone else, that might have completely ended their entire existence on the internet. But because I reacted in that way, thanks to the good advice I got, I was able to actually recover and not have it really be a net negative for me at all. And here we are to this day. Who honestly cares about it? Everyone laughs about it, but who honestly cares about it? No one but mentally challenged idiots who actually think it's something like ammo they can use against me, when in reality, it never harmed me in any way. Okay? So that's probably the best advice I got. The worst advice I ever got, no exaggeration, was last year when I was working with Kino Casino and I was getting advice from them, notably PPP, saying, games don't work. You've got to go drama. You've got to go politics. And you've got to go extreme one way in politics to be polarized so people will be talking about your sensationalist takes. And you've got to be doing drama content all the time and be part of this with us. The games will never, we're going to drop it. So basically being told, completely stop being who I am, give up on 17 years of content that I've made, throw in the towel and just become a lolcow. That was the advice I got from them. Fuck them. Fuck those two fucking lolcow losers, because they're a bigger motherfucking lolcows than I've ever been, and they always will be. They've done more horrible, horrendous things than I have ever done, and they're not entertaining at all. They lead a mentally ill group of idiots around watching other people's content so that you don't think about them being embarrassing. They talk about other embarrassing things that people have done, even though the things they've done are usually worse. All right? If I had jumped into what they said to do, I would have literally destroyed myself. 100%. I would not even be here right now. I would be done. So I'm glad I didn't listen. I'm glad that I stayed my course. I took path 3. Remember we said there's 3 possible paths for me. Number 1, drama. Number 2, become a shill sellout that has no genuine content, but instead just advertisements and plugs constantly. Or number 3, be myself. I chose to be myself. Here I am a year later, and I am doing better than I have done in a very long time. And I'm happy for it. So we did it. We hit $200. I said I would open these final packs. Let's do it. And then we'll wrap it up for tonight. I lost track there. Okay. Final 2 packs. And then we can say we opened all of these and we're done with all of them. Will we get an autograph in this last thing? Right? Let's do it. Are you kidding me? Oh, okay. It's not. I thought it was the same card. It's not. NXT Fallon Henley? I don't know. NXT Fallon Henley, no clue who this is. Must be an NXT wrestler. Never heard of her. Okay. Second card. Well, this one's kind of cool looking. It does have the holographic edge and it's black and white. Devon Dudley of the Dudley Boys. Not a bad one. Get the tables, Devon. Get the tables. All right. Third card. I don't even think she's with the company anymore, is she? Shayna Baszler? Wasn't she released? I think she got released this year. So this was a card when she was still with the company, apparently. But she's gone. She was the former MMA fighter, then came in along with people like Ronda Rousey. And I'm pretty sure she's gone now. No, I did not hear that Devon and Bubba Ray are officially retired and left their boots with the Hardys after their last match. I did not hear about that. Nope. And then lastly in this pack, B-Fab. I have no clue. B-Fab from SmackDown, apparently. No idea who that is. Okay. All right. And now the last pack. The scammed pack. That pack was a scam. Okay, the final pack of WWE cards. I'm not getting any more. So this will be the last ones, folks. I think she's gone too. Isla Dawn, I'm pretty sure she was on NXT for a long time. They finally put her on Raw, and I think she's gone too. I'm pretty sure they released her this year. Isla Dawn. So, wow, what a great card. Okay. Uh, who? From NXT, Eddie Thorpe? I have no idea who this is, but again, it is one of the holographic edges, and it's black and white, but it's Eddie Thorpe from NXT. Never heard of him. You know what they should do? They should make these cards with no NXT wrestlers in them. That way we'd actually know who these people are. Like, I don't know who any of these people are, man. Then we've got the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, but it is his Allen and Gunther version card. It's just a standard card, though. It's nothing special, as you can see. Allen and Gunther. Okay. And then the last card. This is it for the WWE cards. Who? Another dude. I'm serious about this. If they ever release these cards again, they got to take the NXT guys out of them. Brooks Jensen. Who the fuck are you? Who is Brooks Jensen? What a waste. Like, half these cards, more than half of these cards are a waste. These are people we never heard of. Right? Why would I care? Anyway, that's it for the WWE cards. Put a fork in them. They're done. They're cooked. We got through them all. It was interesting to do when I was doing Smart Guys, but man, the prices went way too high. There's just no reason to ever, buy those cards again. That's absolutely over the top, ridiculously expensive stuff, man. Seriously. Okay. Alrighty. Someone tipped $1 and said, so what happened? What's the difference between back in the day when you got that advice of rolling with the punches in regards to like negative things in detractor content and now? Because back then it wasn't called detractor content. This is how you don't play was literally just taking my gameplay and representing it in a negative way, saying, look, Phil sucks, and laugh at it, right? It wasn't necessarily harmful at all, I feel. At least now. Back then, I thought, oh, it is harmful because they're stealing my content. People are going to stop watching me. They're going to watch them instead. But I think that if I had rolled with it in a more positive light, it would have been fine. The detractor content today is not, this is how you don't play. I wouldn't even consider this is how you don't play detractor content. The stuff that happens today is outright targeted hate. Actual, factual misrepresentation on purpose for the sake of slander, for the sake of defamation, for the sake of making big bucks off of false drama. That's the problem with the current detractor content. It's not, oh, it's a lighthearted joke about Phil sucking. It's literally, oh, look, Phil's the devil. He scammed this person. He hurt this person. He's stealing money. He committed crimes. None of it's true. None of it. But they still say it, and they get away with it because I don't sue. That's sad. What's happened is basically people get pushing the envelope so much on YouTube and realize we can get away with anything we want because no one's ever going to sue us. That's pathetic. YouTube should not allow defamatory or any kind of that kind of content unless there's evidence that it's true. You can't just say whatever you want, but apparently YouTube thinks you can. No, you can't. In real life, you cannot just go around saying whatever you want. If I'm walking down the street and a guy points to me and says, this man is a murderer, I could call the cops right there. And it's over. You can't just do that. But online, it seems like it's the Wild West. You can do whatever you want. And that's the problem. Again, this is how you don't play roll with the punches when it's not actual stuff to, like, when people were doing this is how you don't play, it wasn't, we want to end Phil's career. We want to be sure that Phil can absolutely never make content again. It was more like, we just want to make fun of him and laugh at him. All right? Now, it's literally these people, the more harm we can do, the more money we make. So let's just do as much harm as possible because we're online and we're immune to any kinds of consequences for anything that we do. That's fucked up. It is illegal. It shouldn't be allowed. It's also insanely immoral. It shouldn't be allowed. No one should be watching and supporting that content. It's just fucked up. I don't know what else to say about it. You know what I mean? but it's different. You're talking completely different kinds of content from back then, you know? Okay, well, guys, I hope you enjoyed Chill with Phil tonight, this impromptu stream. Thank you all for watching. Tomorrow, we will have a podcast in the morning. Admittedly, unless some big news happens, I'll probably cut it short and make it a short podcast because we talked a long time tonight, which was great. We got a lot out of this. I don't want to do another insanely long podcast. Tomorrow, we're finishing Silk Song on the first stream. Tomorrow night is the return of Tormented Souls 2 on the late stream. So it'll be a great day of content tomorrow. Thank you to everyone for hanging out with me here tonight. I hope that you had a good night. All right. Everyone, thanks. I'm actually going to make this stream archive the actual video on YouTube, so I don't even have to upload anything tonight. People can just watch this in its entirety. You guys were an awesome audience. Thank you for your support. Thanks for the engagement. It went really well. And again, I find it funny. Why did I not play Ninja Gaiden 4 tonight? Because I would have played that game for 2 hours and struggled to maintain an audience and struggled to entertain you and probably wouldn't have got much support at all. Instead, I more than exceeded a goal, and we got the new game lined up, and we got plans now for the Black Friday event. Do you see the point? This was much better than me just playing that game. So, all right, guys, everyone, thank you so much. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. If you're watching this on demand, I hope you enjoyed it as well. Peace out, everyone. See you later.